Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Here I'm going to demonstrate how easy it is to add a new theme to the pre-rendered backgrounds. So I just added this. We go to generate theme array, and I just added that. This just needs a refresh for the renaming. So every one of these pictures is a camera view that was generated using AI, and it's easy as adding. For example, I like this. All right, let's go with anything here. It's pretty unique. This, for example, and it's gonna generate every view. And as soon as it's done, I can just drop it here in a new folder, give it a name, and it will be added instantly. And as you can see, there's a lot of cameras. And before I used to adjust every zone with a trigger box. When the player enters that trigger box, I would switch to that camera, and that got a bit tedious when I wanted to actually give a lot of zones and a lot of cameras. So I switched it up to a method that would just check which camera can see the player and if it's the if it's a close enough camera, and I would just switch to that. And you can see that here. For example, this camera right now is, yeah, it's this worked. So it just switched the scene since I just added that scene. And just change the theme. As long as it's in view, it would work. And in terms of the analog stick, whenever the view changes, the analog stick movement lerps to the new position. So let's say you're walking forward and the camera changes to a different direction. It lerps to that direction, so you don't have the situation if the camera is in an opposite direction and 180 direction, you would start just instantly walking backwards. Let's say I'm just going down here. You see, it takes a while for the camera to change the analog stick to change to the new perspective. That solves some issues with going back and forth that the camera is looking in a different direction. There's still a bit of issues to iron out. I definitely, for a big scene, you would want more cameras and better angles so that you don't get these situations where the player's off screen for a bit. There's a cooldown or a timer for how long it takes for a camera to switch to another camera, just so you don't get situations where you're going back and forth between two things and the camera just keeps flipping. But I think I need to adjust that number a bit so that the player is always in view, but the camera is not cutting a lot. It still needs a bit of work.